Beast Mode just dropped War Crimes, like the full card. Did we want to talk about that?
Fuck yeah. Bro, come on.
Bong bong.
Bang bang. What's up? What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome. Welcome to the
Hello to
show.
all of you.
Facts. Boy. what a great show we have for you today. It's an amazing show.
So
This
great.
one, yeah, more than previously. All the other times I said it, lying. I was
Yep.
lying. This is the fucking show. So shouts out to everybody for joining us. Welcome to the Bodycast. This is the official podcast for the subreddit r/rap battles. It's gonna be so good. My name is Kovacetic, although it doesn't say that. There we go.
There we go.
And with me today, as always,
Pathogenic.
fucking the champ, champion of our hearts.
Yep.
Really, and that's what it's about. But yes, the champ is here. We are here, and we are ready. r/rap battles is, of course, the largest online forum for the international culture of battle rap. You can find us on Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, and the official Discord server in the links below. We're pretty much everywhere. It's the only place for fans to go for battle rap news from around the globe.
Yep.
And it's
The
just
entirety.
that's what we do. We're just very special, you know.
We're tuned in everywhere across
Everywhere.
the planet.
That's crazy to think about.
That's wild, eh?
The entire planet. There's nobody who's doing what we're doing, and to give you the highest level of commentary and discussion, because obviously, you know, elite level battle rappers, and promoters, and you know, sort of.
What we do.
We've been there. We've done that. Exactly. So, what's up? I just call Organic sometimes. I was like, yo, what's up, Organic? And he's like, yo, what's up, Coke? You're the best. And I'm like, yeah, thanks, man. He's like, cool. Talk to you later. Okay, bye. Peace. That's what normal conversations we have.
Yeah. I call Organic sometimes and I'm like, answering machine again, hey? Okay. Well.
But yeah, there's quite a lot happening this week, and lots of it can only be discussed on this show because there are no other shows that really get into the nitty-gritty of battle rap outside of the United States. Sorry, we're the best.
Yeah.
And by extension, you are the best. I mean, really, the people who watch this show, just a small amount, but it's growing in number. And these are the elite viewers. These are the elite battle rap fans and enthusiasts. You're getting that high quality shit. I don't know. How would you describe them?
The people are fans. I don't even know if there's words to describe them. Like, there are words, right? Intelligent, handsome, beautiful, obviously, like, and some idioms and phrases like cream of the crop.
Yes.
But those only give a small snippet of what the fans are actually like.
Yeah. It's a vibe, right? It's a feeling. It
is a vibe.
So shouts out to all of you. If you would like to take that vibration up to the highest level of vibration, there is only one way to do it. That's to bring everybody together, you know, out there around the globe. And for you and me here. Let's bring it in. Let's do it together. Raise your glass for the community. Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, you're hydrated, refreshed. It feels, and you know, the community cheersers around the globe have also cheers. Hey, what's up? What's up, Quadre? Man, that art looks great. You do art for yourself. The thing, let's be real. You do art for everybody. It's like, oh, here's some cool art. You do art about yourself. It's like, oh, I'm gonna make this motherfucker look good. That's what I do.
Absolute genius. I think we're going to talk about it a little later because Quadre is going to be on the Beast Mode card that was just announced. And that picture is what he used as his
It's really funny.
his flyer picture, which is so fantastic.
Nobody knows what he really looks like.
Yeah.
You know?
What a great idea.
Yeah, it's super cool and great promo and good for Battlerap. You know, Quadre. I mean, we're gonna get into it, but he's been such a boon. A boon? He's been a great boon to Battlerap culture. I love it. I love the selflessness and the consistency. You know, usually when people come around for Battlerap and they have some sort of novelty thing to add to, like whether it's like I remember there was like playing cards, or there was like somebody comes up with a you know, super elite scoring system, or they come up with something that's just valuable, or you know, whatever, and then they disappear. And it's like Quadre's here, puts on for Battlerap everywhere. Like he's a big fan of the culture everywhere, and now he's stepping in the ring. Can't
Honestly,
hate. You can't hate me.
There's not a better story than that, right? Like
it's just,
it's all there.
And he's Canadian. Bang! Let's go.
Let's go.
For real. So this is where we're going to start in Canada, because Canada has a ton of shit going on. As you see, the bags under my eyes. We had an event. Set the bar. We had an event last night. Still on my motor skills, and just super fun. Just super fun development card. Just super chill. Was really good vibes. You know, when you think about coming to the event, I didn't know if I was going to come. You know, I was having difficulty with the young pup, the new addition to the crew, young Buddy, golden retriever lab. He's a lab, and he's been going through some stuff to try and settle into his new home. And I was like, man, I could spend the night with the dog doing training and taking care of him, or I could go get drunk and watch battles. And I'm glad I went to watch battles. Fuck that dog. No, he's a good dog, and I love him, and he'll be fine. Honestly, he'll figure it out. But yeah, we went and watched battles last night, and I'm so glad. I went with you know, Ellipsis, and we caught a donaire right away. The evening starts out very well. Great lamb donaire. It's great. Then head over to watch these battles. We're there on time. Oh, what's up? It's Wiretap in the building. Bong bong. Shouts out to Trubs.
It's my guy.
Killing it. Speaking of killing it across the globe. Another great channel. Definitely check out the Wiretap. Go subscribe to their shit. Watch their videos. Like their videos. Really good content. So yeah, so we went, and I'll just do a brief rundown, because I mean,
yeah, do a rundown. Let's go.
Let's do a rundown. So we had a tryout battle, which I love the tryout battles, because they don't know. I've said this a billion times. They don't know what not to do, which is great. I love watching them, because they're like, you know, you watch Battlerap enough, you have an idea of what you want to do, but then if you don't watch Battlerap and you want to try it out, then it's like, what do you think Battlerap is? And these two guys, like, shouts out to them. I'm never going to disparage, you know, guys who are trying out. Obviously, it's a super difficult thing to just jump in the ring with no prior experience or awareness even of the culture. You know, or format. Like, there's nobody there who's holding your hand saying, "Hey, this is how you do it." So I wouldn't trash them at all, ever. Their opponents bailed on them, so they did their material versus each other. I explained that poorly. But they had two tryout battles, and their one opponent from each battle bailed. So they put the two tryouts against each other,
using their original material that they had.
Exactly. And the first guy was good projection, very loud, which is great, and great intention. But he wasn't really punching. I think he was a little bit nervous, so he's going real fast, and that happens. And that you know. But there's building blocks there, definitely, that if he, you know, works on his wordplay a bit more. I don't even remember these guys' names, which is too bad. But I hope they come back. And then the other guy was doing a bunch of lyrical miracle stuff, but it was super, super quiet. And he was just like, and then I do this, and then I do it. And it was like, man, actually, there's some complex shit in there. Like it's monosyllabic, and but he's put a lot of effort into it. Like he's put a lot of effort into the writing, I feel like. So Cody, Cody the catch, poor guy. Cody's in the back, louder! I can't hear you. Right? Running up to him in between rounds. You gotta be louder. Like that's great. We need that because Cody is just fucking the guy.
Cody is the loud guy.
Exactly. If you're gonna hear it from anybody, and so shouts out to those guys for stepping up. I really hope they come back and maybe polish up a few things. Whatever it is, what it is. We had Coleslaw versus Rap Original, which Coleslaw is the only female in our scene right now, and she's really cool. I really like her. I think she's very unique. Got a really original approach, and I like that. She's very politically minded too. So she started her whole first about like what it's like to be a woman in the scene and have a guy fucking saying all this misogynist stuff, and how she's here to like, stand her ground and stake her claim. And I was like, yes, let's go.
Good for you.
Right. And Rap Original is a first round. It's sort of like, it's a little bit like, oh, you're just a girl and stuff like that. Played right into her hands and cut the legs out from all of his material, which was really smart on her part. It's really cool, really like what do you call that? Flow state, like stream of consciousness type of, which you have to really listen and like follow along with the things that she's saying. Because it's not a standard battle rap build up, here's the punch, build up, here's the punch. It's like, I have a lot of shit to say to you, and it's going to go like this. And if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss it. And you're going to miss the next thing that it leads into this thing. And you have to like really be like, ooh, now she's cooking.
Yeah.
But she did good.
First battle since Smoked Out 5-year, correct? When she battled Kid Franklin?
Was it Kid Franklin? Oh, yeah, it was, wasn't it? Or was it Coyote? That was a different one.
It was Kid Franklin. Because I talked about it when I battled him.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think it's the first time, right? Since then.
Damn.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, I mean, I see her at the bar talking to G Show, and I'm like, good.
Yeah.
Come on, G Show. Like, if she can get little pointers from him, something like that, I think that would be really fire because G Show's incredible. Yeah. There was a one-rounder compliment battle that was last minute. It was like 3 days prep. And Aaron versus Ilkaz. Shouts out to Ilkaz coming all the way from the island. Shouts out to Aaron for stepping in last minute for a one-rounder. That was just so funny. Holy shit. It was the best Aaron I've ever seen. He just
really?
It's compliment battles, so he just leaned into the gay shit. You know how like we talk about the compliment battles get kind of old because it's just like eventually it becomes just a bunch of like, oh, I'm so gay that I love this guy.
Yeah.
And it's just he did that, but he really leaned into it, and I think it was refreshing because a lot of people hadn't seen that, and it was sort of a different like a different way for him to be involved in battling than he's used to. So sort of like helped him get outside of his comfort zone.
Nice.
And he just killed it. He was so funny. He had so much shit. And you're just like, yes, thank you. You're great. And here it is on display. I love it. I'm a big Aaron fan. I believe in him, it's that underdog shit. So that was good. Just quickly, Shine 9 versus Neckbone was great. Shine 9 hit a weak second. I felt like his first and his third were really strong, but his second was kind of meh. And Neckbone is a phenom. Like, oh my God.
Chief of the dot, baby.
Holy cow. Like his performance is so on point. He's so dialed in. Everything, it feels choreographed, it feels effortless, it feels light. He's using his physicality, what Nat said, what Ellipsis said, is like, it's brilliant to see him use his physicality in a way that's not aggressive. Like he's really taking up space in the room. He's big. He's using his arms a lot. He spent a good portion of his first calling me out and talking about me, which I love. So I immediately gave him the W. But just I love to see Neckbone. He's wildly entertaining. It's not regular battle rap shit. He's mostly going to talk about how he wants to have sex with you in your asshole. That's his shtick.
Yeah.
But masterful, just very, very good at it. There's nobody like him.
There really isn't.
Facts.
And he is a very commanding, not only presence-wise, but like you're talking about size-wise, he's a huge guy. So it's impressive. I've seen him battle once live, and it's really, really cool to see.
His confidence is through the roof. He doesn't give a fuck about any of us. He doesn't give a fuck about any of this. He just comes in here and says some shit, and just like he's looking at his opponent. There just couldn't be cameras, couldn't be an audience. He could be totally alone there with Shine It, and he would just be locked in. It's fucking great.
Very unique voice as well. That also plays into him being sort of one of a kind. It's like everything about him works to be a special, unique battler.
Totally.
So
Totally.
really
And in the same way, like you don't see him and say, "Oh, we can coach you into a KOTD battle. We can coach you into something really, really big." No, he's max level.
Yep.
This is where it's at, and it's great. Shouts out to him. They had a Nuxie versus Rocky Nelson, a comeback battle for Rocky Nelson, who's been out of the scenes for a long time. He's had a rocky past. In battle rap, very controversial. We won't get into it, but it's surely some of it is my fault. But I remember when he first jumped in, he was just electric, and his presence and his energy, and you're like, oh, we have a guy. Like when you stepped up in Alberta, and they're all like, oh, we have a guy now. We have a guy now. That's how I felt, and I told Rocky, I was like, right before his battle with Jaws, I went up to him. He was super nervous, and I was like, listen, you got this. You're the future of Vancouver battle rap. And he was like, don't tell me that. Like, what? Trying to focus on my battle. Oh my God. So he came back, and you're kind of wondering, what's he going to do? He looked super nervous. I was like trying to like buoy him before the battle, trying to say anything fucking crazy before the battle, but like, hey man, you got this. And he's like, I don't know if I do. I don't know. This is not going to go well. He just like looked really rattled. I'm like, damn, did this guy fucking book a battle and not prepare? But he did it, and he killed it. He was so good and so funny, and he had bars and projection. He had everything. It was like a little short. His rounds were a little short, I think. But Nuxie did really well too. That was Nuxie's best performance. It was like Creative versus Mike Wild, how Nuxie was battling Rocky. It was just nice. He was connected. He was joking. He had bars. He was engaged. There was no pauses. There was no slowing it down. It was just one after another, hitting with each segment. And
no choke, no stumbles.
Beautiful. It was a beautiful battle. Man, I thought battle of the night. Personally, it just felt like both of them were super on point. Both doing the bars, but also including a lot of comedy. There was a lot of really, and not just like, oh, I have jokes because you're dumb, but like great comparison comedy stuff that would stop the battle because the crowd was laughing so hard. Like, fucking great work.
Nice.
I'm hyped. We got a lot of viewers right now, so comment, say hi, and we'll plug you on the fucking screen. But
yeah,
Canadian battle rap alive and well. Okay, I'm almost done here. Speaking half the show.
Creative and Franklin was next, I think, wasn't it?
Right, Creative and Franklin. Franklin's rapping his ass off. Holy crap, he's just trying so hard to he's just fucking hitting. It's bars, it's whatever, it's rhymes, it's rapping. There's he's having trouble connecting. I think it's about building momentum. We were talking a lot about momentum for this event, and he sort of starts on 10 and continues that way through. So it's hard to keep getting reaction. And then he was having trouble with that. And Creative was, continued with the momentum that he had from his previous shit. He was really doing really well. I think his third round, he really found his groove and was just fucking kicking ass. So I don't think it's Franklin's best showing, but I do think he, like the effort was there. Like you can tell he's really fucking rapping. He's really rapping. He's rapping his ass off.
Yeah.
And Creative is just has so much more experience. It's just so much more calm, and yeah, it was good creative. And then Andre Anthem, he shit the bed. He had really short rounds. It looked like he was choking. They weren't particularly good rounds. Barjay just mopped him up. So it was anticlimactic with the main event, but good for Barjay. He's been working so hard, and he got a well earned W. So
nice.
Overall, great event, great vibes. We were over capacity. They were kicking people out. There was like worry about fire hazards because just so many people wanted to get out. You would leave a packed room, go outside, and outside was packed. And it's like, whoa.
That's crazy.
Fucking great news. Great work. RJ sold 55 tickets.
Holy.
He is officially, like, there was a period of time there where I was like, okay, Barjay, chill your shit out. I am the fucking ticket selling king of Vancouver. And it's unequivocal now. There's no way anybody could, like, literally 40 to 50 tickets every event. This guy is fucking putting butts in seats.
Yep.
So,
salute to him, man.
Facts. So Canada, boom, boom, doing great out here in BC. Some of the guys from BVB came down. Shouts out to Chronic Walters, and Kid Savage came out, which was super dope.
Yeah, he flew out from Toronto to see it.
Yeah, super ill. So he's talking about moving back, which would be cool. But feels like BC Battlerap alive and well. They got a big event planned for January. Stay tuned for that shit because we're gonna have tons of announcements there when that drops. But yeah, you were saying Beast Mode dropped their full card for the next event, and they called it
War Crimes.
War Crimes. I love it. It's always violence.
Yeah.
War Crimes. Full.
That's pretty crazy. Big card. I don't know. Do you have it pulled up, or do you want me to go through it?
I don't know anything about it. Riz is on it, right? And
yeah. So, for the understanding that I have when it comes to Beast Mode and how they're laying out their events is, big events like Full Clip and I can't remember what the breakthrough, I think might have been what the previous one was called. Yeah. And in between those, there's a couple of, I don't want to say development cards, but definitely to a smaller scale than these really big events with big looks and that kind of thing. So this is one of those in between sort of development cards. They've got guys that are making debuts as well as like first time out on Beast Mode. Day versus Jace. Haven't seen either of those guys. And then it's our guy Quadre is going up against Five Theories. Again, another debut. So really excited to see what he does. I mean, what you were just talking about when it comes to new guys that don't really know anything about the culture. This is one of those rare instances where it's the opposite. Quadre is very plugged in. He has seen so much of Battlerap that, it's going to be one of those. We're excited to see him perform and see what he can do.
Totally.
Friend of the show, Polyfree, is making his Beast Mode debut. He's going out to Ontario there against a guy named Stevink. So it could be another debut for like Stevink might not battle. Who knows? I don't know that gentleman. Lockhart versus Cal Jackson. So Lockhart coming up from the States.
They've got that connection from the Owens Beard, right? And I don't know, he's very active. I see Lockhart everywhere. He's very active.
Yeah. I was online. Go to 7 on iBattle. He was on that one, so I've seen him before, and it's going to be a really good battle. I think him and Cal Jackson should match up very well. John Doe and Final Word, and so this is kind of where we go from the development side of the card to the not newer guys, but the guys that are sort of coming back and need a couple extra battles to get under their feet before they're on those bigger cards. So John Doe coming back again against Final Word. That'll be a big test. Final Word's been popping off lately, so excited to see that. Genocide and VIP. Again, another two guys that are starting to get their feet wet again. Genocide on War Crimes. How funny is that? That's planned out for sure. Tin Man versus Bully.
Cool.
And
I love
then
the Bully's back. I love the Bully's, like, hasn't gone anywhere. Bully's been battling since before I fucking even knew about battles.
yeah. So it's really cool to see him sort of at least becoming a little more active.
Exactly.
And consistent. Wise Guy and Big Dubs.
Right.
So excited to see Wise Guy out there again. His battle with Wendigo on Beast Mode, his first time out there, was like a fabulous. Yeah. I don't want to say it's a classic, but it was very highly regarded.
Totally, and top level Wise Guy. Like that's what you want from Wise Guy.
Totally. Gripsloke versus Illy. This one was supposed to be on Full Clip, I believe, or the card after Full Clip, and it ended up getting pushed and moved around. There was some things about it, and so it's happening now on this card.
Okay.
And then the main event is Riz Relit and Chili Palms. So,
right. Okay.
Happy to see Riz sort of getting that next level of homegrown competition. Right.
Riz, you're fucking headlining now.
Yeah. Really, really cool to see. So
yeah, and Chili's dope. Fun to watch, and it should be a fun battle. I don't know how competitive it'll be, but it'll be like a good bars, good replay value.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Definitely. So that's War Crimes. That's Beast Mode War Crimes right there.
Amazing. Very solid. Very solid. Shouts out to all friends of the show on that card. But man, Canada, I'm not going to say anything that I'm not allowed to say, but let's just float this out here. If you're watching, you're one of the special few who know that King of the Dot is coming back, and the event it's on its way, the Pat Stay Memorial event. So stay tuned for drops from that, because boy, that's exciting.
Yeah.
King of the Dot comes back to 2023. Canada for 2023, I think, is going to be we're going to see some real shit. We're going to see some pieces move around. We're going to see, we're going to see, a lot more of the fleshing out of our talent, and get a better idea of, who's operating at what level. Save me from myself, Pat.
Stop talking. Listen to me.
We're good. The end.
There goes Canada. Okay, let's move on to somewhere where we are allowed to talk about stuff. How about we jump over the Big C and go to the UK? How do you feel about that?
Let's go to the UK. Fuck it. Just hop over. Just catch a little flight.
Yep.
It's a little red eye. Was it something? Oh, what was it? The red eye flight. I got the green light to swing like a Jedi Knight.
Who said that?
Farrell.
Yeah.
I should remember the first half of that line though. Oh, whack. So the UK just had an absolute slobber knocker announced. Just an absolute top tier legendary level matchup announced for Premier Battles, and it is
Shotty Horroh versus Shuffle T.
Yikes.
Let's go. On the plug 3. Trubs was on here. Shout out to Trubs, because he is running 3 events on the plug, including the 0.5 one, I guess, which was the made up card of the ones that didn't work out. But
right.
Plug 1, which was Tony D and Bizzo. Fabulous. Plug 2, Bobby Rex and Gemini.
Crazy.
Fabulous. Along with Scoop and Frankie and Koj and Ark.
Totally.
And now we've got the plug 3, which is starting out with Shotty Horroh and Shuffle T. So salute to Trubs.
Salute to that, for sure. I mean, that's amazing work. It's really crazy, actually, how crazy that work is. Is this going to be a teams event? So, will it be Shotty versus Shuffle, and then here's some battles from the teams? Or is that it's not match day 1? It's not match day. It's a totally separate event in itself.
Yeah, it's its own thing. I think that match day 1, it might actually end up being that. I can't tell. I wish that Trubs was still on here. He'd be able to fill us in on it. But I think that match day 1 is in February as well, towards the end of February. And so I don't know if it's Shark City versus, because I think Shuffle is on nights. I think that's what it is.
Is he on a team? Fuck, we should have all these teams pulled up.
Yes. He's on nights. He put himself into the draft right at the end, and Gemini picked him. The Knights team, I'm pretty sure, is Gemini as the manager with Shuffle T, Tony D, Scoop, and Mackenzie. Which
it's not bad.
No,
it's not a bad team.
That's a pretty good. I'm trying to pull up the site right now, but I can't.
I got it here on the Discord, because Premier has a new Discord now. Which is good because there's tons of these fucking things. But yeah, no, that's like, let's break down. The draft happened. The teams are here. I think that it was really interesting to watch the draft, because you never know how people are going to appreciate battlers that you like or not. To see how long it took for people to choose Matter. And it's like, okay, totally, I get that. Matter is not a competitive battler. He's a entertainment battler, right? Mm-hmm. It's like choosing Nestle. Like, I don't know if he's going to win. He'll be great, but I don't know if he can win,
Yeah.
But yeah, just so interesting to see who's fallen out of favor, who's really there, anyways. Sharks is Shotty's team. Shark City, yes. That we said.
Yeah.
It's Bizzo, Visual, Raptor, and Black T.
Yeah. With Shotty as manager.
Right. And then so just even that team, interesting to see Black T is like, this is a rookie. This is a guy he's not a rookie. He's been around for a year or so now, but he is still very new, and he's on one of the Division 1 teams. Like,
yeah.
That shows a lot of faith in him.
It was really exciting to see that. And that's one of those things that the cool part about teams and the cool part about the draft is, as onlookers, we don't know what Shotty is thinking as a manager when he's looking through the rest of the picks and going, okay, who can I have as a new guy to put some shine on, but also somebody that he can put faith in to win certain matchups. And I think he sees the trajectory that Black T is on and is counting on that being here by the time his first battle is for his team.
That's a really good point. That's a really smart point too, because I didn't think about that. I'm just thinking about who's the strongest competitor. But when you're a manager, you have to be able to choose guys who are going to win specific types of matches.
Yep.
And in that way, it's better to have a diverse roster than it is to have like, oh, I'm going to have all the fucking really, really funny, sarcastic guys. Team.
Yeah. And additionally too, you think when you start to really look at the strategy and think behind it, you pick the guys that are newer because they're hungry, right? You're giving them an opportunity over a year where they're going to be battling in Division 1 against very high-level battlers. So you want to pick those newer guys that are hungry because you know that they are going to want to capitalize on that. And so there are so many ways to look at it. It's really, really cool. So yeah, I think that's a really good point. Shotty balanced his team out very well, having obviously Bizzo being the champ and his personal goal to always be up here.
Right.
Mixing that in with Visual and Black T, who are, I don't want to count Visual as a newer guy, but somebody who's newer into that upper echelon of UK talent, battling Kojay, me, and Death the Kid in 3 months, right? That proves how hungry he is against high-level competition. He's a great pickup for a team. Mm-hmm. And then having Black T in a similar state, but in a even newer level. And then Raptor, of course, being second generation Sharks and not having battled for a while now. He's hungry to come back. So there's a lot of strategy, I think, when it goes into that team pick.
Raptor is a great pick for this competition. He's somebody who wins battles. And if he doesn't, he's somebody who goes out there and tries to win.
Yeah.
It's like, he's very well-rounded. He's very dangerous. Like you said, very experienced. So, Visual. You got to have Visual on for the Irishness. Just you don't know when you get to run into an opponent who's like, aha, I have Irish, it counteracts you.
Yeah. Yeah. Super
Ha.
Irish was super effective.
So that's very important. It's a good team. It's a good team. It's it's an all right team. It's a good team.
Not too bad.
The Knights. The
That's
Knights.
kind of the one everyone's talking about.
This is what everybody. This is the team that everybody loves. Not my favorite, but it's a good team. But we'll get there.
Okay.
Knights is Gemini. Gemini 1. Tonid. Shufflet. Mackenzie and Scoop. Terrible. You get banned from the UK. For real though, Gemini, very, very good competitive battler. Tony D, obviously, if he's in the right mind frame, he can be very winning. Shuffle T, again, he is very good at winning and beating people, but also he can be beaten. He has been beaten in competitive matches. It's a lot harder, I think, for that style. Mackenzie's a good battler. He fucking competes. I think he's really good. And Scoop. So really interesting to see Scoop on this because Scoop is supremely talented. Obviously, we know, but is he a competitive guy? Is he a guy that's really gonna take the room and really, take that W, really grab onto it with hands? Just jump in whenever you feel like.
I was going to say, I think that the reason why Scoop is viewed as such a great pick is because he had taken X amount of time away from battling. He comes back, he battles Frankie Fraser, and that battle is so good that it's nominated for Battle of the Year on the Premier Battles Awards. So you're talking about somebody who came back after X amount of time and was like, yeah, okay, I'm back, and this is one of the best battles of the year. Mm-hmm. And so I think that it's a good pick in that regard because now that you have somebody who's like, yeah, okay, I want to be in the draft, I want to battle more. That's a scary thought, right? It's one thing when you have newer guys that are hungry to battle. It's another thing when you have a vet that's hungry to come back and leave their mark. And Gemini is the same way because he is wanting, as the manager, to be outside battling a lot over the year. So
sick. That's a good point.
And that's
go ahead.
The dangerousness of this Knights team, but also the unpredictability of it is you have vets that are hungry and wanting to come back, like Gem and like Scoop, and then you have the vets like Tony and Shuffle, where it's like we don't know how many battles they're going to take. They technically only have to take one throughout the season each.
Oh, okay.
And so the way that it works out is for the match days, being on that Division 1 team, they have to battle once. But after that, they don't have to battle. So you could end up seeing Gemini battle a lot more if Tony doesn't want to take more than one battle or if Shuffle doesn't want to take more than one battle. And so they kind of are in that unpredictable section where if anybody can convince them, it's probably Gem to battle more than once. But at the same point in time, you don't know. And then you have a guy like Mackenzie who, fabulous. Again, he's the same as Visual except Scottish, right? He's got that super effective Scottish.
Right? And you need the William Wallace, you got it.
Exactly. And so I think that between Gem, Scoop, and Mackenzie, they are an effective three to make up if Tony and Shuffle aren't wanting to battle more than once. And then you have those, we as a team really need to win this. Tony, this is your one. Right. Or Shuffle, this is your one.
Yeah.
So
that's really cool. I like that perspective. I never thought about that, but you're right. The guys like Scoop, the guys like Tony D, they didn't sign up for this so that they could phone it in and do one battle and then quit. Like they signed up for this knowing that there would be probably multiple battles where they would need to fight for their life. That's what I love about this format too. It's like you really gotta, I think that's something that we would want to change with KOTD season 2 is adjust it so that people are in it longer, so that you're really like with the team stuff, you're together, you're pulling together. When Thesaurus chokes and doesn't do well versus Cali Smooth in the first leg of KOTD season 1, he's sort of like, that's it for me for the rest of the season. We're
Yeah.
active. It's like what's the incentive to keep going?
And that's why when we were talking to Crow last week about it, the idea that the last place team gets relegated down into the next division, that is such a great motivator,
Super smart.
right? It's just, it puts it in there where it's like, okay, yeah, we're in last place right now, but if we're just going to phone it in and be like, yeah, okay, we're in last place, then our team gets bumped down. And
Totally.
you get to be remembered as the manager that took a Div 1 team down to Div 2.
Facts.
And
And
so,
also, yeah, aren't the teams, are they specific city teams, or is it sort of like wherever guys are from, wherever?
no, it's guys are from wherever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's like the Manchester Sharks, right? Or something like that. Like the Sharks are a Manchester team or something.
Well, Shotty running the Sharks, Shotty is from Manchester, but like Bizzo is from a different town. Biz is from Ireland.
Okay.
Like there isn't necessarily a location pride. It's more so in the team itself.
Okay.
And then the team's legacy, right? Sharks won already 1 year. So now you have to uphold to the standard of being the first team to win it, etc. So
Right. Okay.
that's the cool thing about it too. Like we're talking about taking an art form that's very individualistic, right? This, like, battling is about me, how good
Nice.
I'm doing, and
Nice.
putting myself up into these upper echelons. So everything I do is for me. And the team format is what you do affects all of us together. And so they're taking something that's normally very individual and making it more collective, which is really cool to see how much it changes everything. Right now, when you have team members, I don't want to say the pressure, but the drive to put
responsibility.
the responsibility that you have.
Yes.
It's really important to do that for your team, not just for you.
Not to mention the dynamic that changes with the fans, like how people have pride for a symbol, pride for their colors. Like it's like the motivation is way different. I think it will be a lot more successful in that regard.
Yeah.
Pride.
Yes.
Pride is Briggsy, Bobby Rex, Koj, Georgie Roots,
and Kingsley Thunder.
Is Georgie Roots with a Z? I thought that was with an S.
Oh, I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head.
Somebody might have made these. These might be fan made. But okay, so like these guys took the Academy winner and they were just like, let's go. Let's fucking run it.
I think that's a great call too. I think that Kingsley is, because again, remember, we're thinking about the big picture, the long game here. We're talking about an Academy winner who is coming off of winning a tournament. You're putting him in a competitive format again, and he started in the Academy. All he knows is competitive battles that are judged.
True.
He knows nothing else other than how to win.
Fuck, that's a really good point.
Picking him is a great idea. Additionally, too, in the time frame of this next year, winning the Academy puts Kingsley Thunder on an iBattle card. So you now have a rookie on your team who is very well versed in competitive battles and somebody who can say that they are an international battler as well. They will have officially gone over to New York, battled on iBattle on top of everything else. So I think that he was a very solid choice. And if he wasn't on a Div 1 team, he was the ringer for a Div 2 team.
Totally. Yeah. No, you're 100% right. Yeah, it's a good call. It's a really good call. What do you think about the rest of this team? It's kind of like a gamble. I mean, take shots, but like you're saying about the vets in the previous team and whether or not they were going to be invested. Koj has had, by his own admission, not a great 2022. He wants to be more consistent. He wants to find that next gear. He doesn't want to get embarrassed again. He doesn't want to be on the wrong side of a match that he can win. And Georgie Roots, he's been great. That's not a question at all. Bobby and Georgie feel like these guys are established at winning.
Yeah, I think that Pride ends up a very, very strong team as well, because when it comes to within team dynamics, Bobby and Koj are great friends. They know each other really well,
True.
and Bobby is an amazing motivator. So when it comes to putting Koj on a team, you now have him. His performance is responsible for the entirety of the team, right? So it's going to be a period where I'm sure Bobby's like, yeah, come over, run your rounds the week before. And if Koj is like, I don't have them, you now have to answer to Koj instead of, yeah, I don't have them. I'm just going to go do the battle how I normally would. And let's see how it works out.
Right.
So that, I think, works out really well for Koj. And I think that picking Georgie is also a great idea because he's in the middle of his bounce back, right? There was a period where people were like, okay, he's on a little underwhelming streak right now. And it reminds me of like the Oakland Athletics in baseball when they moneyballed it, right? You pick the guys that you statistically think are going to be on that upswing bounce back. And that's how I see the Georgie pick.
Right. That's smart. Yeah, no, and I think that the thing too that you're talking about that goes underrated, undernoticed. Please excuse me. I've had a whole 3 beers last night, so I'm a little bit out of it. Is the team dynamic? Is like how these guys are going to work together? Because it's really like beyond the responsibility and stuff like that. It's like, do these guys get along? Is there going to be drama inside the teams? Are they going to be super unified front? Are teams going to collapse? When we saw the Premier Battles do this before, there was a ton of drama. It seemed like every week there was something new. Some team is pulling out. There's a new team. That team's disqualified now. Like it felt like, the organizing and the setting up of everything, right? You can make the best plans, and then you got to run it, and then you got to see what happens when personalities get involved, when leadership becomes a factor. Organization just cannot account for human error. So it'd be really interesting to see how these teams work together, like you're saying here. Good one. Team Mandrill?
Yeah, the Mandrill Mob.
The Mandrill Mob, hey? That's a cool color. That's a cool logo.
They have a fabulous logo.
And what's this team? It's Quill Archaic. Is he just going by Arc now? I think it's Archaic.
He's going by Arc. Yeah.
Yunnan, O'Shea, and Frost. Do you want to just, because I can help you, hit me up. I'll just help you. You can just give them the trophy. If you guys don't want to run the season, I mean,
that's a good team.
That's a fucking great team. Again, when I look at this and I was thinking about the things that you're saying, and I'm like, yeah, it is a good team, but these guys have to get along to some degree,
and like, additionally, not only do they have to get along with one another, they have to get along with the other teams that are going to be there. And so there are some big red flags when it comes to Mandrill, one of them being Unanimous.
Unanimous has beef with everybody at
has
some point.
Beef with everybody. And not only that, but has beef with certain individuals that are on other teams that is extending past, oh yeah, I don't like that guy. So it's there are some big question marks around that. Additionally, too, the other red flag is you never know what Unanimous has going on. True. Right? Like mentally. I mean, we're talking about a guy who, unlike Shuffle and Tony, who it's like, yeah, okay, we're vets and we don't want to battle more than once. So we're going to do the one and that'll be good for us. For Yunan, it might be a situation where does he even himself be like, yeah, okay, I can do 2 or 3, or he says he can do 2 or 3 and it's like, hey, we need you to do this one. And he's like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a red flag there in that regard, but on point, Yunan is a fabulous choice.
Supremely competitive, one of the most dangerous battlers in UK history, period.
Yep.
So yeah, no, you're totally right about that. Because like I was just thinking about what you were talking about with Pride, and it's like, um, you know, these guys, yeah. The last season, the last time they did this season, there were fights. There were. It's so passionate. You're on a team. You got your colors. You got your boys. Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys. Oh, did he cross the line? Did he bump your shoulder? Let's fucking like. There's probably a great deal of planning and I assume contracts and all sorts of stipulations beforehand because they've experienced this. This is not
Yeah.
new to them. You know, the
Yeah.
people who were running Premier back in the day, same people. They know what they got to look out for. But you know, emotions are emotions. Sometimes you can't regulate that shit.
100%.
So it should be very interesting.
And so the funny thing is like each team at their absolute best, to me, looks like they're the winners. Each team has their own things that might play into it where that doesn't make them the winners. Like when I look at Mandrill, obviously you have Quill as the manager, who is the Don't Flop champion now. Knows how to win important battles. He is unbelievable with pretty much everything. He's a very well-rounded battler.
Totally.
You have Ark, who is in the middle of his return, in the middle of being. I mean, he was just inducted into the Premier Battles Hall of Fame at the reward show with the likes of Shotty and, you know, all these sort of names that are, you know, the Ark is included there. So you've got Quill and Ark. You've got Yunnan, who at his peak is great. At his low is not great.
What's going to happen, for sure.
You have O'Shea. Good luck winning the room when you battle O'Shea.
That's an L.
But like what you've talked about before, O'Shea is somebody who's lost competitive battles before. He is an entertainer first and foremost. He's very similar to Shuffle T.
Due to terrible judging. He never should have lost that battle. I would never have him lose. But no, I do know what you're saying.
And then Frost. And Frost is in a similar boat to Koj, where it comes to his ability to prep and his ability to make sure that he's ready for the battles, which again, the team format could bring him up to that next level. Mm-hmm. Or if it's the same as it always was, I mean, then it's where is Frost going to play out regarding his material? So,
yeah, there's so much to love about the team, and maybe a little less diverse. Like when I think about it, these guys are all top level, very well rounded winners.
Yes.
So like, there's not a like, oh, this is the funny guy, and this is the weird guy, and this is the tall guy. You know, it's like, no, these guys are all fucking. You don't want to be up against them. You know, Ark, his 2 comeback battles. Doesn't look easy to beat him. Looks really tough.
No, it does not.
looks like he won those. Last team is Glory, and I'm glad that they changed the logo because I love this new logo. It's way better.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Looks super cool. Here's a team. They're a little fucking enigma. You got Trubs. This is Trubs' team.
Yes.
Division 1. Rivers, very good battler.
Yep.
Frankie Fraser, Moke, and Crow.
Yep.
So very interesting because here are guys who are, I want to say, they're stylistically very impressive.
Yep.
A lot of what they do is the way that they come up with things is it's not something that immediately comes to my mind as competitive. It's something that comes to my mind as I love to watch these guys. I love to listen to the cool thoughts that these guys have and the cool shit that they come up with. But I don't see them coming into a ring and beating shit down someone's leg. That's just not the vibe I get. You know, Frankie versus Scoop, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
You know, Battle of the Year, everybody's talking about. But it's a battle where I don't care who wins. I'm here to like soak it up. So this team, I feel like, is very heavy on that tip of, hey, maybe we're not the competitive guys, but we fucking are really good.
Yeah, this
stuck in shit.
what it looks like to me, for one, Trubs was put in a predicament similar to Quill, where they both weren't the manager of those teams until the day of the draft.
Oh shit!
When Rivers
Who's the manager of Quill's team?
O'Shea was the Mandrill Mob
Okay.
manager and
Right.
couldn't be there to do the draft, so had to get bumped out as just in the draft. And similar with Rivers, I believe. And so
makes sense.
when it comes to Trubs' choices, I think that they are all amazing picks to win battles if all of those battlers want to win battles. Moke, I think, is the one that is the most competitive when it comes to wanting to win in the battles that he's in. He's been over to the States now. He's battled on iBattle. He battled Arc on Apex. He's done so many things, and he really had a breakthrough year almost when it comes to the things that Moke has done. This is the one where it's like, let's wait and see. Kind of similar to what you say. I don't know. I think that Crow is also one of the ones similar to Black T, similar to Mackenzie, where it's like, yeah, you're the one that your hunger, we're going to rely on it. And you wanting to prove that you belong on a Div 1 team, you belong battling big names, and that you can win.
It's a fucking wild card, man.
Yeah. They're one of those teams where don't look to them to lose, because if you think you're going to go through and steamroll them, you might run into a brick wall that day.
Yeah, very easily could be the upsets that happen. Yeah, very, very interesting. I think so much of this is going to come down to, it feels like they've got a lot of the infrastructure and they've learned a lot from the previous time that they did this. So the next thing to be concerned about is judging. When I spoke to Rory, who's running the Celts on the first iteration of the season teams, he was talking about how the Irish guys didn't get a fair chance. And it's like, oh man, how do you possibly gauge that? With the judging, it's like next to impossible. Plus, all your Irish guys are gonna feel that way naturally, just because you're coming over to England all the time to battle, and all your judges all English, and like, there's just so much that comes into judging that makes it sort of like, that's where the real fun's gonna be.
And this is why it's so important. Like what we were talking about earlier, about it being location based. This is why it's so important that it isn't location based, because when you have that location factor in there, you now eliminate your ability to judge without it seeming like, yeah, okay, well, I want Irish judges that are there,
right?
Or I want Scottish judges that are there.
How do you do that?
And how do you, and then it just becomes a bias versus bias judging panel. And so having it just be the teams and having them all say, okay, we're all under one banner of Premier, and now we're under the smaller banner of the teams, as opposed to, yeah, we're the Irish team.
Right.
You've
we're
now
the Scottish team.
You're the Irish team in Premier.
The Welsh team. Crash and Canal. Let's go. No, you're totally right. And then just having that be disparate geographically is advantageous. It's a real question. I think, Briggsy, hey, you want to the IJC, just get American judges. They don't know anybody. They don't know the difference between Scottish and Irish. Just get the Americans in here and see what happens. But yeah, no, I mean, how do you judge a battle? It's like going to be the most difficult thing, and going to be the thing that causes the most controversy and the most discussion, the most drama. But maybe they need a sort of AI like we have. BattleBot. Yeah, BattleBot. How would you judge a battle if you had to? What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say I think that I would like to hear how he actually would judge them, because he's the one who picks like Battle of the Week and stuff.
Facts. I could call him up here. BattleBot. How do you, if you were a part of this Premier Battles thing, how do you judge battles? How do you judge who's the winner of a battle?
by whoever is the winner.
Cool, that's really helpful. Thank you. You know what we're supposed to do with that.
I fucking hate that guy, man.
Thank you, BattleBot.
You are welcome, human.
You can call me Cope, but that's all right.
You're on my fucking bad side. You can
I
call me
answered
your
you.
mortal enemy. That's what you can call me.
I don't get on his bad side. He's just a harmless bot. He's a good kid.
Oh my goodness.
He's playing with us though, for real. I'm sure there's some sort of algorithms, this mass computational shit that our human brains can't figure out.
Yeah.
But the human brains are going to be what decides it. So good luck. Good luck to Premier. It's very exciting.
Yeah. With all that being said, should we see what the non-human brain decided was Battle of the Week this week?
Oh yeah. Hey, we're sort of done the show. What else did we want to talk about? Oh, hey, fucking our boy here, Pathogenic, humbly did not mention that he was a recipient of a Premier Battles Award for Best International Performance. We should have had sound effects for applause.
Oh, crazy.
Wow. And let me just say, on behalf of Pathogenic, he couldn't have done this without the help of his friends, the Bodycast, and mostly me. So I just want to say welcome and congratulations.
Didn't hear the BattleBot saying you're welcome.
He's sending me zeros and ones right now.
He didn't even give me that fucking Battle of the Week. That performance is an award-winning performance now, and he did not give me Battle of the Week.
True, actually, that's seriously cast some doubt on his computational abilities.
I did end up winning the Best International Premier Performance this year. So
very cool.
There's a lot of good competition. I mean, CJA, Homeschool, Random, Fate, all those guys, and I was the winner. So
most of those guys are great. Pretty much almost all of those guys are really good.
Yeah.
One of them sucks balls though. Anyways, Battle of the Week. Let's go.
Yeah, what was it?
So the winner of Battle of the Week last week was Archduke Red Cat. No, it wasn't. Let me say that again. The winner of Battle of the Week from last week.
The fucking Steve Harvey there.
The winner of Battle of the Week last week. The winner of Battle of the Week last week, which we didn't get to announce, was Appa versus Louis Valentine, #1 headband from iBattle. Great battle. Check that out. BattleBot was down, so he didn't get to announce that. But this week, the nominees for Battle of the Week are Nox and Chunk versus KP Stacks and Kid Kinsey from iBattle. It's a good battle. Sharon versus Bankhead from the Rap Committee. Jai 400, sorry. It's his father. Jai 400 versus E Mess. And Dialect and Zen versus Hulk and Pedro from Don't Flop. Don't Flop putting out some great content. Check that out. If you haven't heard of Don't Flop, it's pretty good. And Premier Battles dropped Visual versus Death the Kid. All great battles this week. If your battle was not nominated, that's because you did not submit it to r/rap battles. It's got to be on the subreddit to be nominated. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that there's one more nomination that wasn't mentioned as well. That was QP and Madface.
Oh, true. From Verbal Warzone.
Yes.
Quantum Physics and Madface. Another really good battle. Thank you for that. Definitely lots of great battles this week. Make sure you get your battle nominated by submitting it to the subreddit and the submit link on the side. I don't know what it is in New Reddit. I don't know what it is in the app, but it's there. BattleBot, why don't you tell us who Battle of the Week winner is this week?
The winner of Battle of the Week is Quantum Physics versus Madface.
Wow.
Welcome back, QP.
Damn, makes sense. Really good
Getting
battle.
a lot of shine too. He was absolutely phenomenal.
It's crazy, and a lot of people are wondering, is QP good on a beat? Yeah, he is. He's fucking really good on a beat. Yeah. And this guy, Madface, I've never seen him before. Fuck, he was great. He was cooking.
Yeah.
I
Madface
was
is
loving
really
it.
sort of establishing himself on Verbal Warzone now. I've watched quite a few of his battles on there, and he's sort of really picking it up as of late. So
It's so dope. It's so dope. Really like fun to listen to, enjoyable battle rap shit. Go check them out. Subscribe to the channels, follow them on Twitter, Instagram, all that shit. Great week for battle rap. Canada, internationally. We were gonna get into the US shit. We just plumb rat out of time.
not enough time.
so so that's all for us this week. We would tell you what events were coming up next weekend, but Verse Tracker is down still. So get your emails into MC War, because what the fuck? We don't know what's going on in battle rap. I'm forgetting my battles, forgetting everybody else's battles. It's devastating for the community. So definitely send an email to MC War. Let's just fucking let's get it going. Let's get Verse Tracker back online, please. But once that is, then we'll be able to tell you about all the events that are coming up. Until then, that's all for this week. Remember to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and join the Discord link in the sidebar. If you wanted to like and subscribe this video, I wouldn't hold it against you. I wouldn't think that you're uncool for doing it. In fact, the opposite. I would probably think that you're cooler because you liked it and subscribed and shared it with your friends.
Yep.
It's cool. It's a cool thing to do.
Yep.
So I'm told.
So do it.
So do it. Anything else to add? We're good?
Oh, I think that's the end of it. As we
show.
say on the Bodycast, you're all amazing, and enjoy the rest of your day, and fuck the BattleBot.
Don't say that. I don't say that. You go, salute. Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks for watching.